In this talk or demo today, I'll be introducing you how you can start building a knowledge graph, more of a plug and play experience. So you're probably thinking, what are we seeing here? Some aliens, some UFOs, and so on and so forth. So I think you heard of the recently declassified documents that were released by the US government. Hashtag Trump something, UFO, aliens, some stuff released recently. So long story short, these documents include reports, and in these reports you can get like claims, evidences, witnesses who made things that they saw aliens connected to certain locations and so on. So it's a perfect case to try to bring these documents to life. So all this content, all this text is locked in PDFs basically, which you would need ages to go through these thousands of documents and demystify the content. So, and here basically the journey started. I was recently hanging out in Rio and got kidnapped by the aliens to unlock document intelligence. So exactly. So as I mentioned, I viewed some of the documents, and something out of the box that you recognize as a pattern. So these are like somehow documents, PDFs, include certain observations according to certain events, locations, agencies, doing the claims, providing the evidences, and they saw some UFO objects. So this is basically, let's say, which I took as a base to start building or thinking how I want to build the knowledge graph. A quick refresher. I mean, I think here everyone is a developer, knows what a graph is. But I think for those who are, let's say, hearing about a graph, about graphs currently, the last time you heard about it in high school, maybe in university, one of the most challenging data structures, but it's actually very simple, made out of nodes and relationships to basically help you explore how and what kind of data you want to connect with each other. And this, again, like applies perfectly to our case. Because again, we have like certain events connected to certain locations, connected to certain agencies, and evidences that we need to basically bring into a knowledge graph. So again, like here, I went to the US Department of War. And all these documents are actually public, so everyone can get started with them. I just took some PDFs. And you can immediately see, I mean, this is not a too complex PDF here in this case, but you see again, like the content is locked in these PDFs. And the more and more you go into the documents that are on the page, that are available online, the complex the data is getting. So I downloaded some of these documents, and I went to Neo4j, so Aura, our cloud-hosted version of Neo4j, so which would allow us first to create an instance. So we create an instance, we host the instance somewhere, and then here we have document intelligence. So in document intelligence, it's a new product that we just released in public preview, which would allow us to upload structured and unstructured documents and convert these into a knowledge graph, into an interactive experience. So why, again, using the term interactive experience? Because previously the data was locked into the PDFs, and then we are unlocking them, making them interactive in a knowledge graph. So what we do here, I downloaded a couple of PDFs. And then we have here our document intelligence agent, or the document intelligence schema assistant, where you would basically describe what kind of nodes, what kind of relationships you want to have. Of course, like describing like the whole story, the case itself. And then we let the agent build for us the graph model. So what we see here is basically pretty much similar to what we saw before on this illustration. We see here like we are logged into these documents. There are certain people, there are certain releases, sensors, of course, that capture the sightings and connected to the observations. The events are connected to the observations, and so on and so forth. So this is basically our graph model, which we will ingest, or which, let's say, the AI or the agent will be ingesting the data retrieved from the documents into a knowledge graph. So when this gets processed, we would hit run. In our case, you would select, of course, which kind of instance you want to put it in. And then when that's happened, you can start viewing the graph in Bloom, our visualizer. So I'll go to connect. And I already prepared here a cipher query to show us the graph. The graph is loading, and also here on the right side, you can see all kind of relationships that got extracted. Of course, all the relationships as well. And now we can go to query and have a closer look on the graph itself. So again, like it's very impressive. Like out of 5 or 10 documents, we got like 1,170 nodes and over 2,000 relationships extracted. So we wait to visualize the graph. It's of course not the full graph, but at least part of it. And then you can recognize here more or less each region here represents a certain document, and so what got extracted from that. So you can always like zoom in and go deeper into the graph. So of course you can always yourself step by step dig deeper into the graph itself. But the cool thing is actually if we have an agent that interacts and retrieves the data from us. So we also have here Aura agents, so which are our in-house agents that we built to exactly help developers to interact further with the knowledge graph. So to retrieve data, to ground your existing agents. So as every agent basically needs here a name, a description, system prompt, and a different set of tools. You can also export export the agent itself as an MCP to further use it in your, let's say, beloved agent framework. So with that said, I also have a couple of questions to ask the agent about. So for example, this one. So which events include sensor data but no visual confirmation? So I would assume, the agent will be looking into some of the sensor related event nodes. Let's see. So it recognizes the event timeline tool. Sorry, the internet is a bit slow here. Okay, hopefully today. Ooh. I'll try another one, which unusual movements. And here we go. So there are different set of events that we got extracted. I mean, of course, the knowledge graph that we created is, let's say, a first dry run of the documents with a document intelligence agent schema. So it's not production ready. So everyone needs like to reprocess the data, go through it again and again. But let's say it gives you a ground to get started with. So another good question would be, or interesting one, which objects had unusual movements, for example. Oops. Gave us here huge series of events. So here it's looking into observations. And here we see the different sightings. Exactly. So that's pretty much it. A plug-and-play experience to help you get started building your knowledge graphs easily. So let's keep the conversation going. We have a startup program. We give you cool credits to get started with Neo4j to start building. We have our Graph Academy team as well. Graph Academy is our in-house school to help you basically get started and learn about Neo4j and graph technology. And okay, let's stay connected and happy we are developers.